demonstration for the lab that we're doing, the density tower of liquid. The first liquid that we want to add is our corn syrup. We're going to add a small layer of corn syrup. Be sure to make your hypothesis before we start with our layers here. That should do pretty well. The next layer is going to be our dish soap. Try not to get the dish soap on the side of the container if you're doing this at home. Got a few more pipettes full of dish soap. Give us a nice layer of dish soap there. We've got some bubbles in them, but they might settle out. If you're doing this at home, you could maybe squeeze it just from the bottle of dish soap. Can't see the layering already. Do like one more pipette full of water or dish soap. Okay. Next layer is going to be of water. We want to let the water kind of trickle down the side of the container. Now I did get a little dish soap on my container, so I'm going to try it on a different side. And I got the dish soap on. Bring that pipette down a little bit. Let it kind of trickle slowly. And we'll do a few pipettes full of water also. Now we've dyed this water red so we can see it easily. If you don't have dye at home, you could just use water and see how it looks. If you're trying this experiment at home. Well, it looks like some of our soap bubbles are going to try to float on top of the water. Some might look kind of interesting. Do a little bit more water. Maybe see what happens if we bring it over on this side. Maybe one or two more pipettes of water. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. Kind of observe our layering. I'll turn the cup a little bit here so you can see all the way around. Looks like we've got some mixing going on. Might hypothesize why that might have happened. All right, our next layer is going to be vegetable oil. We'll put a little bit of, a few pipettes of vegetable oil in there, or a few dropperfuls of vegetable oil. Again, if you are doing this at home and don't have a dropper or pipette, you could carefully pour from the container. Do a few more pipettes full of vegetable oil. And then our last liquid is going to be rubbing alcohol, which we've dyed the rubbing alcohol a green color to help us see it better. Okay, let's take a look at the layers real quick. We turn this so you can kind of see it. Last layer is going to be rubbing alcohol, green rubbing alcohol. We're going to let that kind of trickle down the side also. Do a few pipettes full of rubbing alcohol. Do like 2 more pipettes of rubbing alcohol. Okay, and there we have it. Now we didn't do exact measurements on our liquids, but you can kind of see how they've layered out. You might make note of any interesting observations that you make. I'm going to turn this so you can kind of see the layers. Where we have corn syrup, dish soap, water, vegetable oil, and rubbing alcohol in our layers here. Now, part of the lab is to add some objects to it. I have a few little pieces of pasta here, a paper clip, and a popsicle stick. So let me go ahead and add a little bit of the pasta. Hypothesize what you think is going to happen to the pasta. Put that in there. All right. Put another piece. And another piece. So we have 3 pieces of pasta in there. I'm not sure if you can see super well what layer they're in. Back off a little bit. Looks like they might be. Yeah. They went all the way down to the corn syrup layer there. Can you see that? See them there? A little fuzzy. Alright, next thing is a paper clip. I'll drop that guy down in there. Alright. Do you see where he went? Looks like our paper clip is actually sinking a little bit lower even, maybe. Can you see him down there in the, it's kind of hard to see. You can see him down there in the corn syrup layer there. You see the paper clip? And last thing is our popsicle stick. Now I'm going to go ahead and break that so it'll fit in our cup. All right, maybe make a hypothesis of what you think will happen to it. All right, do you see him? That is floating on top of the alcohol. Okay, so it looks like our popsicle stick floats on the alcohol. Our pasta kind of floats on the corn syrup. And it looks like our paper clip has pretty much sunk all the way down in there. So use this information to help you complete the lab. And please email me or Google Hangout me if you have questions. Thanks.